Yeah. I love Jillian. Jillian the fucking truth. But keep y'all head up and we gonna keep it moving. So that's a wrap for today. I might get back on later if mama give me a topic to discuss. So I don't know today what today bring. We'll see. Yep. All right. That's a wrap, fam. Tell these motherfuckers to get off their ass and stop crying about shit and do something. If they want to change it. All right? So that's the way it go. Peace out. So the people gonna respond to him in the positive way, and that's why they chose his DNA. His story is told in parts in the movies as they make mockery of you and your culture in your face, and you don't know. Get these old movies and understand that they're talking about Barack Obama the whole time. The movies were not released in order, but I'm going to give them to you in the order you should view them to understand the totality of who he is and why they cloned him. Now, Akhenaten's totem is what we call the jackal, and the jackal is under the lodge of Anubis. Remember that because I got to go back to that. The first movie is called The Demon Seed, where a woman is raped by a computer. And this movie came out in the 70s, and the computer impregnated her, and she had a baby they called a demon seed. Okay, that's Barack Obama, part one. Barack Obama, part two. Now that he's about to be born, they said he's Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby is another old movie from the 70s. Now, the layout or blueprint of the life they was going to teach him is in Damien. The Omen 1, 2, and 3 tells you the life story of how they would be grooming Obama to be the Christ, but they used the pale skin. Because you would never figure it out. If they used a nigga, you'd have went crazy. But Barack Obama's story is Rosemary's Baby. Now remember, he didn't even grow up with his dad. He only grew up with his mother. Remember, in Damien, his father was a senator that got killed. It's actually his mother and father got killed. In Damien, he was an orphan. But when they tell you the story in Damien, they tell you he was the son of a jackal. In Rosemary's Baby, at the end, they say she gave birth to the son of a jackal. Right? And so when you put these together, you understand that this Barack Obama shit been some man's fuckery shit from the whole beginning. Right? So yep, his mom was CIA and his grandfather was CIA, and he had underworld ties. His grandfather did. Yes, about Barack Obama was the Antichrist that they spoke of in the book. Um, I'm the one they call the destroyer because if this shit don't get right, I normally tear shit up, but it don't look like I'm gonna have to do that this time because they responding. Yeah, God don't need no fucking presidents at all, let alone a black one. That served no purpose but to distract you worse. Um, well, the Bible is the code. Everything that I went over in this video is basically I could use the Bible to go through every piece of information in here down to the names and birth dates of people, using the Bible alone with no other book as an oracle. The Bible is a written oracle that came out of Egypt, and only those who understand how to read our original tones and frequency languages will we ever figure out that how the Bible needs to be decoded and reformatted. They use it as the tool against us by turning it upside down and backwards and scrambling it like an egg. And it tells you the story, and you think one part belongs here and one part, and you think it's linear. It's not linear. It's out of order. It's piecemeal. The 144,000 is a homonym and a code. The 100 or the 1 in the beginning is 144 thou sinned. In other words, 44 mean angel. That's Angel Bay. That's Chief Malik Angel Bay off the Red Lodge on the father line, the mother line, and he is the keeper of the Red Lodge mother line. Right now, watch how this works. The 144,000 flips a 1, and the 44 is Angel Bay. So Angel Bay is sending 1. Thou sin mean I sin, you I sin. So you the one that the angel sent to do the job is what the 144,000 says. Now, it also has other significance because it's the 12 zodiac. It's the 120 in each house of the 12 zodiacal houses. Now, the 120 is the lessons for the 5% nation, right? So when you take the 120, 5% nation, the 120 keys that they got, it's called the 120. You take the 110 20, you break it down, and you apply it in each one of the houses of the zodiac, of 12 houses of the zodiac. And when you do that, you are unlocking what they call the key to the angel gate. And it's actually not external, it's internal. It's a DNA frequency lock that is setting free. And it was hard to figure out how to get the message to us. Yeah, so when you see 44 standalone, meaning angel. When you see 444, the angel is standing on the square, meaning it's standing in the center of a circle on the square. Yes, the 144,000 is the frequency. So the angel frequency of the earth is 440 hertz. So the 440 hertz is 10 masters, 10 angels, 10 toes down, meaning they are 10 angels standing on the upright. Yes. The 4 going all 4 ways, all 4 seasons. Yep, that's right. You good. Wow, I didn't ever do any research on what if the blue beam, how many lights it consists of. I didn't even give a fuck. I just knew when I seen that motherfucker. Now all I got to do is get the people to ask the free Larry Hoover. No, 430 T is not the angel frequency. It's what you call the earth tone frequency. The earth tone frequency is the natural harmonic frequency that the earth vibrate on its own. The angel frequency is the female Tesla coil women high priestesses generate 444 hertz. And the difference between the pull of the earth 8 hertz from 432 to 440, it pulls a 50% ratio from the 444 hertz of each of the sisters. So earth takes from the 444 hertz, it takes 4 hertz, which is 4 hers, which is 4 sisters, which is a 4-corner shuffle. Now this is our language. I'm flipping it in real time so y'all hearing it. This 4-corner shuffle is 4 sisters standing 10 toes down, which makes the 440. The 440 is a West Coast turnaround. On a trucker lingo, they always say it's a 440 West Coast turnaround off of Jim Croce 50th anniversary edition song album, have a lot of keys in it for the one that's the 50th seat. And yesterday I got left bump off Larry by number 49, who was bumping Big 50. Bumping Big 50 ain't gonna get you nothing but broke, because Big 50 don't fold, bend, or break. All I do is move forward. And that's how it goes. So when he came, he thought he was gonna Pepe Le Pew spray me from the pew, but it didn't work. Cause I took that motherfucking shit, I accepted it for value, wrapped that shit up in the motherfucking skunk ball, polished the ball up real good, rolled that motherfucker right back to his ass, all in the name of love, truth, peace, and justice. And I don't want to deal with that bullshit, because right now I don't care about what happened before. We can't undo anything in the history. But what we can do is heal these children for the future. So we can look to the future, learn from the history, and apply the solution of the two today. It's a math problem. Right now is the 0 point on the acidity scale. It's 7 on both sides. Put that shit together, and that 707 flips a third eye off two masters looking at each other face to face in the ethers. This is our language, how we wrap shit up. It's called rapping and tapping for a reason. Because once motherfucker get to rapping, you make another motherfucker somewhere else get to tapping. They tapping their feet, you know. So when the sisters tell you you stomp your feet, pat your cheeks, but this black brother you sure can't beat that shit, right? So it's real simple, but the complexity is making the simple seem more complex, right? Than it really is. But they want you to think that it's harder than it is, so you won't try it. What I had to do was I had to do enough work for 100 motherfuckers. Mental work, not physical. And so I had to develop the brain capacity to do that. I wasn't born that way. If you go pull my school record, you're gonna find out I was in special ed, and they told my mama I never learned, and that I had something was wrong with my brain from the seizures. I taught myself because my mama said, I don't give a fuck what they said. You're going to grow up and you're going to be somebody and you're going to do something that they ain't never expect you to be able to do. And they've been telling us the whole time we wasn't going to amount to shit, and the ones that believe it, they end up going the wrong way. Well, I didn't believe it, but I didn't give a fuck. It's just as bad. But since I didn't give a fuck, I was just sitting there watching. Because they thought I was overlooking it, but I was just looking it over. Right? So when I was looking it over, I ain't have to look over my shoulder because I already knew what it was, and I took that shit for face value. That was a face-to-face straight up. I'm not bullshitting about my people. It's my people that's bullshitting about themselves. The ones that hear me know what the fuck I'm talking about. They can feel it in their soul. They all with this motherfucking shit. They just don't know how to tell these stupid motherfuckers what to do because these stupid motherfuckers in the way. And that's why it's written in their motherfucking book. And my children will surely suffer for a lack of knowledge. Because what these motherfuckers don't know, they presume to know. And the presumption of knowledge is worse than the motherfucking knowledge of death. Firsthand. Because the presumption of knowledge is motherfucking fuel to the foolhardy. And when the foolhardy is gassed up, that motherfucker make foolish motherfucking decisions for everybody else. And that's why you don't let the blind lead the blind. And that's why they got niggas talking about we don't need no leaders. Them the same niggas that kill your leaders to keep you oppressed so you'll never break free from this bullshit. You need leadership because half you niggas don't know how to live your own fucking life. You ain't never been taught leadership. 101 basics. We need to go back to basics and start from the beginning. Go back to elementary. And elementary is supposed to start at 12 and go down to 1, which is actually up. We the only motherfuckers that's not perceiving that when you win in a motherfucking race, 3, 2, 1, backwards count, third place, second place, first place, bronze, silver, and gold. We the only ones not noticing this is what they call an upper triad. They put it in your face and they teasing it with your own shit. We don't count 1 to 100. We never did. That's counting in the negative to us. You count your way down into something. Where they trying to go? So my man, ain't you say you the Apollyon, ain't that the one that got cast into the bottomless pit? For those who watching and understand mysticism, the occult, Reiki, acupuncture, chiropractic, will know what I'm about to tell you is the facts. The bottomless pit the religion speak of is called your root chakra. Your root chakra. Look that shit up, discover it, find out why they call it the bottomless pit, and then you'll know why they call me Apollyon. I'm the motherfucking iconoclast. I will destroy all of their idols in their face because that shit don't mean nothing to me when it come to my people. Fuck their Bible. Fuck their Pope. Fuck their Queen Elizabeth. Fuck their Prince Andrew. Fuck their Washington, D.C. Fuck they MI6. Fuck they CIA. Fuck them all when it come to my people. I mean, we watched Martin die and didn't do shit but tear our own shit up. We watched motherfuckers look like us kill Malcolm and still didn't know that the enemy the whole time been niggas that look like us. So we scream Larry Hoover as the battle cry, the call to arms of all of the tribes. I got responses back, and I did some posts this morning on my Facebook. That's my receipts from the last few days. They came in hard and fast. But a shaman out the Southwest sent me the motherfucker where they blowing the horn. That's called the final trumpet blow. That means that the last tribe signed on when that dude, if you was on my page, you would know what I'm talking about, but y'all don't, a lot of y'all not familiar with my Facebook like that. But he blow the trumpet when the last tribe, that's why they call it the last trumpet, because it's the last tribe signs on to the Larry Hoover. The last tribal chief or priest that signs on has to blow the trumpet. And that trumpet is what lets me know that all of the tribes are on from a leadership perspective. Now we got to do what we call a mass alignment of focus to the consolidation of power into a single individual that has marching orders to get the dirt off this bitch. And the dirt is the enemy that look like us, but they ain't. Yep. Somebody could dip over to Facebook. You could actually put the in the comments. You could copy the link and put it in here for my Facebook page. For those who don't know. Excuse me, y'all. So I'm late today, but I'm right on time with time. But for me, I'm late because I had to first figure out that I was hungry, so I could understand why I was mentally cloudy. And then I had to understand why I'm mentally cloudy, what kind of mentally cloudy it is, because that allowed me to determine what food source. So I was carb deficient from high firing of brain cells. And then you get a headache, and then you get real sleepy. Then you feel like you worked out all day, then you drop. And you out like a sack of potatoes. The CIA knows the CIA closed. Why are you talking? The CIA closed down. There is no CIA left. Right now, the only thing that's the only remnant of government that's really intact is the military. The Pentagon and what they call CENTCOM, Central Command, is in control of this government right now. Right? And CENTCOM is the ones that is sending the blue beam up. They already know. They closed the CIA already. That's a wrap. They closed. Vatican is closed. You can look this shit up. The Windsor castles are closed. The United Nations is closed. Call somebody in New York for the people that don't believe me that live in New York and say, send somebody to the United Nations building and see if they open. It's not even any flags out there anymore. You know, that's a wrap. Right? The United Nations closed. The majority of the shit you're seeing on TV is supposed to be in DC is in Castle Rock Studios in California. I done already proved it on my website with the actual photographic evidence. So I don't have to go over all of this shit. See y'all come in. I'm late getting y'all this information, but this information to me is documented and accounted for by the same motherfuckers we trying to oust. They keeping the track of this. So I have to do everything in the public domain, and it's at that point their responsibility to follow the instruction that I gave them by public decree or public notice is what it's called. So we used to go to the Times Square and post up on the we used to go to the Times Square, post up on the community board what was taking place. Well, now we got Facebook, Instagram,